I finna react to celebrity worship is officially out of control. And I moved my webcam down like right here because a lot of niggas say I blocked the name out of it.
That option has been taken away from me at this point. It's been taken away from me at this point because y'all keep harassing the mother of my kids and, you know, being very, very weird.
What?
And this is exactly what I wanted to protect them from all along. This whole time y'all been, you know what I'm saying, trying to dig into like part of my life that y'all was never invited in, like from jump.
Y'all won. Y'all happy now? Yeah. Are we satisfied with the outcome? Over the past couple of days, one of the biggest stories on the internet has been Duke Dennis, his baby mamas, his kids.
I'm gonna start holding the mic like this.
To myself is, man, this is a strange conversation. Not that Duke is necessarily hiding the kids or that the baby mamas are outing him for being some sort of whatever the case may be, but it's this constant obsession with people, these celebrities.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was just a troll that saying he got a baby mama.
They don't put on camera. I believe we've come into an age and era in which they put a lot of stuff on camera, but
I ain't gonna lie, like if I blow up, bro, I ain't telling niggas nothing about my personal business, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I used to think if I showed my face on like YouTube, it'd be like some random ass group of niggas to come kidnap me. And just kill me.
Put on camera, it never satiates the appetite of the hungry audience.
So now I got 59 subscribers.
Video on
subscribe, man.
Whole baby mama drama. This video dropped, and it kind of validates everything that I was going to say about the reasons why it doesn't make sense for people to want this, desire this, and this is the most peak level parasocial conversation I have ever been a part of. It's okay for him to leave this stuff off the internet. Why? Because of
it's his life.
Like this.
But now that like it's affecting, like, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga in chat said me next, Papa. I paused it just in time. Paused it just in time. It's a bitch right here got heartbreak. This from yo, bro. Dude, like, if you really think about it, he could have thousands of bitches. Thousands. But like that's crazy, bro. Don't put me in that position. Pause.
They getting like threats and like
that's not gonna pause.
Names and shit. That was
they calling you a deadbeat.
My like main priority from jump. Just I never wanted them in this whole light.
And I saw a nigga in chat say, "Imagine your dad being Duke Dennis."
Because I
what the
live
fuck,
on the internet every single day. This is where I am. This is where I live at. And I'm well aware on how like the internet and how nasty the internet is. So I always wanted to keep everybody involved.
I just saw someone. They say I'm getting a Duke Dennis cake. I'm finna stop reading chat, bro.
Away from that. But now
I gotta stop reading that chat.
Right once again.
And I feel the same way, Duke. And it's crazy that we're here, but we got to figure out how we even got here in the first place.
And honestly, since I'm talking, Duke, frick you. Now I'm on you now. I was going to spare you. I'm not sparing you no more. I was pregnant in December, y'all. And the only thing that went home was that baby. He didn't give me a single dollar. Cool, great. You know, I got it. I ain't tripping about it, but it's yours. It was yours. Told me to keep my baby. And I promise you after this, I wish you would get on here and tell me that you didn't tell me to keep my baby. When I pay for it, and every time I text him for something else, instant response. But when I asked you for that money, or when I bring up the abortion, no response.
Duke Dennis over the past couple of days has been hit time and time again with allegations that he has multiple kids, multiple baby mamas, you know, that he's not.
Duke Dennis could get 1,000 bitches. But if I was Duke Dennis, this would not be one of this would not be one of them. None of them. This wouldn't be one either.
Over the past couple of days has been hit time and time again with
I ain't getting her.
Allegations that he has multiple.
I ain't getting her.
Kids, multiple.
These are like
mamas, you know, that he's not taking
some pretty big women.
He's not feeding them. He's not providing them any clothes or any money, and all sorts of allegations that are ultimately detrimental to his character. Now, the thing about the internet is it takes on the old phrase, a lie can go around the world twice before the truth even gets its pants on to a whole nother extent. There were so many different
I never heard that shit
details about how many kids he had, who was his baby mama, what does this mean when he's pictured with some woman. It started to get ridiculous to the point where Duke Dennis had to come out and have a conversation about it and express his sentiments about any sorts of rumors or allegations of the sorts?
I do not have 8 kids, which is no offense to anybody who do. I've been actually watching y'all take that and run with it and post about it and post it in like bold print as if you know for a fact that's the case when it's not the case. I done told y'all that like
a nigga Chelsea, so you got 7?
That I just don't want to share with y'all. Alright? I'm never ever going to post my family. Alright? That includes everybody except for my brother probably. My brother is the only person in my family that I will post. Anybody else, I'm not posting them. So I'm sorry if you feel obligated or entitled to.
Why would they feel
be a part
like,
of
bro?
My life in that
This
way.
I don't get about
I've
some
been deciding
niggas.
a long time ago that I would never like post my family in that way.
And I don't
Why would a
blame
nigga
y'all
even be
because, like we
interested in-
discussed in these other celebrity
mean,
worship videos? It's a lose,
you would think niggas, but
and
some
we'll
niggas
discuss
like
it a
that,
little
bro.
bit in a second. But the way that the audience feels like they are obligated to a content creator's personal life, I mean, the real deal details about their personal life is
just- they
honestly
losers.
impressively insane. And because this is the internet thing of the week or the day, that then opens up Pandora's box for, you know, a plethora of women to just start putting allegations after allegations.
I'm finna
after
clickbait like
allegations
hell
on
in this
Duke
video.
Dennis. You know,
Yeah, I'm
saying
finna
that he
clickbait
has
as
all these
hell.
multiple kids
Naming
and
it Duke
stepping
Dennis has
forward
8
and
shit.
saying that they are a part of his
Never mind.
collective of women. Like, I think
I'm
this
gonna
is
name
a
it
strange
Duke Dennis
thing,
has
knowing
8
that
kids.
your baby's father isn't Duke Dennis, but participating in this conversation because you gain something from it.
Duke Dennis, okay, boom. I had a crush on him. Boom, boom, boom. Things led to boom, boom, boom. I got pregnant. He didn't want to be involved. He didn't want nothing to do with it.
How many kids do I have? I have one son, and his name is Dallas, and he's 2. A lot of y'all don't know
Show that
my
little
situation, but like my child's father is not involved at all. Certain things floating online with me, and it starts saying speaking on it, NDA signed or stuff like that, and it's like, in no way, shape, or form is that the case. In my life, like, I'm not gonna spend my time, like, tracking no man down, trying to force them to be a father, trying to go to the internet to force them to step up.
This is his baby. What?
Did she train a nigga to say? Did she train a nigga to
Is
say
you trying
Duke?
to be messy again?
Yes, people keep asking me, am I one of Duke Dennis' baby mamas? Yes, I am.
Yeah, if I was Duke
want
Dennis,
to
bro,
know
she would not be
for
one of
me
them.
Being me, but not having a kid with Duke Dennis. Like, that's just crazy work. You know what I mean? Like, I put in a lot of work for my fucking followers, you feel me? So now I'm gonna be noticed, oh, that's Duke Dennis' baby mama. That's Duke Dennis' baby mama.
Is that not some sort of mental illness?
Did she not put that out though?
Now, somebody's lying and I'm not in the household, so I don't know. But just imagine if these young women are lying and saying that they are Duke Dennis's baby's mother just for some sort of clicks, clout, and attention. Is this not celebrity worship gone out of control? How is this not insane? And this leads to one of Duke Dennis's points in his video where he is talking about why he decided to keep his family offline, is because as a whole, the internet is just weird about these things. They can be totally messy, they can be totally crazy about them, and they can honestly step way over the lines, and that's some stuff that we just do not talk about.
Y'all prove me right once again. You feel me? So please stop that. Okay.
I first start holding the
That
mic,
shit
bro.
is mentally draining for
Don't mind
for
the
a lot of
sock.
people, bro. I don't think y'all understand.
I heard it make it sound
the
better.
toll it take, you know what I'm saying, on them every single day, especially when y'all calling them names and like doing a whole bunch of weird shit. So just respect is all I've been asking for this whole time.
That shit kinda heavy.
You know what I'm saying? Everything.
And I wish that that was so simple, but as I scrolled through the timeline doing research for this video, I saw nothing but personal attacks.
Duke Dennis is.
and
Oh shit, let me read that.
But as I scrolled through the timeline doing research for this video, I saw nothing but
Duke Dennis is a loser. You big overgrown ass. Is on stream all day, interacting with your kids, yet not taking care of any of your own. Purposely creating broken homes like, ew. I would look at him so differently now.
personal attacks and attacks on
Duke Dennis has so many baby mamas. Horror ran through. Not high value man. Got his legs wide open.
people's character and all these other things when it came to Duke Dennis in this situation. It's literally the opposite of respect. It's straight disrespect to a person, a person's family, a person's livelihood, a person's situation that they ultimately do not know. I saw Duke and his family members be called out of their name left, right, and sideways, and it's honestly disgusting because I'm thinking to myself, how do we
What
even
about
get
your
to
family?
a point where somebody feels comfortable enough to say that a stranger is a horse?
It's clear why he didn't mention he has kids. Low, because he's not in their life. A deadbeats.
Let loose all these just.
It's always the moms on
the
Twitter.
Only reason why these
on Twitter, on TikTok, they all gotta say something. Them fucking moms.
Things exist is because people feel obligated.
It's always black moms too.
Creators, private life,
either black or
Hispanic. And maybe it's the nature of what streaming has become and content creation has become. You know, as we vlog more, as we IRL stream more, as we post more, as we click more, people feel as if they know more about them. But it's so hard to really get comfortable.
Wait, did I even press record? Oh, okay.
You know, your audience or community or, you know, post such things when every time you do post, you drop in privacy levels. Like, they have people on the internet giving out think pieces, trying to dissect your mentality of your decision making, of hiding your family, protecting your family, or whatever pieces of the life that you live, keeping it off the internet. We have people that are on the internet giving out whole think pieces about who you are and essentially why you owe
just a whole bunch of niggas with a lot of time on their hands.
Some shit that I just keep to myself. My mom.
Okay, I feel like he thinks that his aura is gonna go down if he has a baby mama. And so I just want to know what the heck his reasoning is for not claiming his daughter though. Is it because he wants to be hoeing? Is it because like what is it?
Because you don't understand the concept that he wants to be not. He doesn't want none of his actual real life personal business to be on the internet.
No, I get that. I'm just saying I want to know why he doesn't want it on the internet.
Even as somebody is sitting there saying, yo,
Bro.
he just wants his privacy, he doesn't want all this acknowledged, you still have people saying, yo, I want to know why. This young woman is actively saying, no, I need to know why. I want to know why.
Because of niggas like you.
Obligation to know why this stuff about Duke Dennis. And my question is, why? I think creating parasocial relationships is an inherent evil of, you know, content creation in today's age. In order to stay relevant, you have to post. And in order to continue to stay relevant and continue to stay in people's minds, you have to post more and more and more. Part of building an active and loyal community is by making yourself as relatable as possible. And that may mean, you know, playing into some of these narratives and tropes and, you know, relatable things that people have that are a part of your viewing audience. That does build a sort of mental bond between viewer and content creator that I believe is very much unhealthy, but the reality is that's the case. I do think that these people who
I ain't gonna lie, some YouTubers
lack some sort of
some of them I hear their voices more than some of my family members.
Creators mentally to try to feel.
Is that crazy? Is that bad? Is that sad?
Avatar connection,
or is it all of them?
James Cameron's Avatar.
Probably all of them.
But it gets to a point where people can't even take a break on the internet without people diving so deep into the content and the conversation that they develop these storylines. I remember when Phantom took a break literally a few weeks ago, and some of the most outrageous storylines about him being kicked out of AMP, him leaving AMP a road.
I thought that was
no
true.
Merit and no basis to
for like a day.
If it weren't for them having such a solid foundation, I don't know if they would be able to survive something like this. Because ultimately, like Duke said, this stuff does get to your head. This stuff is mentally taxing.
I'm gonna keep shit short, bro. People was saying, yo, Phantom got kicked out of AMP. You know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna say, bro. I built this shit brick by brick, bro. I could never get kicked out.
Now imagine how funny it would be. Like a month later, he actually got kicked.
Those that are willing and wanting to be upcoming creators, be very careful as to what you post online. You know, only give but so much. Now, this may be something that ultimately stunts your growth and stunts your success, but you have to be very strategic about what you do post, what you don't post, what you do talk about on streams or in the content or whatever, and what you don't talk about on the streams, the content or whatever. There are people developing relationships and feelings about you that you honestly have no clue about, to the point where they're willing to put themselves in harm's way to get off a joke because they think that they share the same relationship and bond
they do like a friend
as other content creators do to them. That's literally what happened in the DDG situation from the other day at
when they said
when the young man came out and talked about why he would be suing DDG and why he didn't think that this would happen to him, is because he literally said, well, I thought this was a joke.
He said it's a skit. Like, is that true? Man, that ain't no skit. I got banned from the event. I can't go back now. And I'm not sure if I can go back next year, which I hope I can. You know, I spent a lot of money coming over here trying to have fun with my people. And I'm not sure if he got banned from the event, which I assume
he was fighting a whole nother nigga. Like, besides DG, brother, he was putting he had the bitches up on another nigga, bro. He was fighting a whole other nigga, bro.
I gotta let you know now. I gotta take legal action against him or his brother. Somebody out here that's unacceptable.
He was fighting them. He fought two niggas. He fought Dub and some random nigga.
Like, why'd you say that?
I thought it was all jokes. I never seen DDG react like that in the past. Never seen him tell anybody to go do something to anybody else. So I'm thinking it's all good.
Yeah, that's you developing some sort of imaginary connection with DDG, a man that you don't know. Let me remind you that you just don't know. Do I think this will change anything about how people view Duke?
No.
Probably not. If you continue to make judgment calls about something that you don't know, even if he ultimately had to reveal the fact that he did have a baby mamas, or whatever the case may be,
he didn't have. Actually, kind of, he low-key kind of did.
The negative side of the celebrity worship that I'm talking about. Only reason why you're doing this is because you pedestalized him in the first place, and now you want to knock him down because this is how worshiping goes. What I do know will remain is these weirdos and their commentary and conversation online forever. Like this one young lady who ended up doing some digging, and I mean digging, to find these things about this young woman, the person he was at the baby shower with, and started posting these photos online. It amazes me what lengths people go to find these people.
That's exactly why he didn't want to post none of them.
Put them into potential harm's way, because we know that these things can escalate to a further level. Look, I've said it once and I'll say it again. The celebrity worship epidemic has to stop. It's only getting worse, and we need to get a hold of it quick, fast, in a hurry. Or the other response, and it would be very reasonable, is that your favorite creator stops giving you information about themselves. They stop making themselves relatable to you, and they ultimately distance themselves from just this entertainment lifestyle. Because nobody wants to live in constant fear of their family being outed, or, you know, somebody running up on them, or, you know, being exposed for having 8 kids. I don't know.
That's a good video.